Jerusalem, global tension and rising persecution. One of the most astonishing prophecies in the Bible concerns a small city in the Middle East, a city that has become the center of world attention. Jerusalem. Thousands of years ago, the prophet wrote something that sounded impossible. In Zechariah chapter 12, God declares, "I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling to all the surrounding peoples, and a burdensome stone for all nations." In other words, the entire world would struggle with this one city, not just neighboring nations, all nations. And today, that is exactly what we see. Jerusalem is one of the most contested pieces of land on earth. Political alliances form and collapse around it. Global protests erupt because of it. International organizations debate its future constantly. Why? Because this conflict is not just political, it is prophetic.
God declared long ago that Jerusalem would become the center of global tension in the last days. And the more the world tries to solve the problem, the heavier that stone becomes. But the Bible also warns about another sign of the last days: persecution. Growing persecution of Christians. Jesus warned that believers would face increasing hostility before his return. In many parts of the world, that prophecy is already reality. Organizations like Open Doors International report that millions of Christians live under severe persecution. In countries like Nigeria, believers face violent attacks simply because of their faith. Churches are destroyed, communities are targeted, families are forced to flee. In other places, the pressure is more subtle but still powerful. In China, preaching without government approval can bring serious consequences. Even worship songs and sermons are sometimes required to align with state ideology. What does this show us? The words of Jesus are proving true. Faith will be tested in the last days. But persecution is not the only sign increasing across the world. There is another one that affects every nation: war.
Wars and rumors of wars. Jesus said something very direct in Matthew 24. "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." He did not say war might happen. He said it will happen. For 2,000 years, the world has rarely seen lasting peace. But today, the scale of global tension is extraordinary. Conflicts erupt in multiple regions at the same time. Military alliances are shifting. New weapons are being developed. Nuclear threats are discussed openly. Every continent is affected. But Jesus gave an important instruction after describing these events. He said, "See that you are not troubled." These signs are not meant to create panic. They are meant to wake people up, to remind us that history is moving toward a final chapter. But wars and persecution are only part of the picture. Nature itself seems to be reacting. And that brings us to another warning from Scripture.
If this message opened your eyes, don't ignore it. Subscribe now and stay alert, because the world is changing fast and you need to be ready. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next, and share this video with someone who needs to hear the truth.